Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Fresh Boy, the freshest person that you know, and I'm back with another reaction video. I haven't done one of these in a while. I've been streaming, trying to get some game content on like the YouTube, but I'm back with another reaction video. I kind of miss doing these because these are actually pretty fun to me. I love reacting to different things. And if you guys do enjoy these types of videos, make sure to always leave a big thumbs up, comment, and sub to the channel. We're so close to 200 subs. I would gladly appreciate it if we can hit that very soon. You guys are super awesome. Today's reaction video, we're going to be reacting to the top 21 worst video games of each year from 2000 to 2020. So all the way up from 2000 to last year. So this should be pretty interesting. I'm curious to know what bad game they have for each year. So I'm pretty excited to see. If you guys are excited to see with me, then let's go ahead and watch together. Let's see what video games that they have on this list. Also, I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas, and hope you guys' New Year is going great so far.
WatchMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 21
Hopefully this year is a better year than last year.
Of each year. For this list, we're looking at the biggest stinkers released every year from 2000 to 2020. Let us know in the comments which of these games made you want to rage quit the hardest. Now on to the stinkers. Alright, cover your nose, it's about to smell in here. 2000, Daikatana.
If the Daikatana's here, we'll find it.
Riding high on giants like Doom and Quake, Rockstar game designer John Romero was ready for something new and went to work developing Daikatana. Unfortunately, the hotly anticipated game that spent 3 years being delayed was a resounding failure upon release. Ion Storm had a reportedly toxic work culture and a high turnover rate, which all contributed to the game's disappointing legacy. Its gameplay was repetitive, it didn't always work properly, and it was a critical and commercial flop, selling only a fraction of the copies it needed to break even, given its much-discussed unlimited budget. If you're going to get cocky with the marketing, you better have a game to back it up.
You and I got an old score to settle, boss man, and now it's payback time.
2001,
Yeah,
The Simpsons Wrestling.
I would buy that, to be honest, just because it's The Simpsons.
Though it may have taken a dive in popularity thanks to its declining quality, The Simpsons was once fresh, innovative, and above all else, funny. Sadly, very few of those descriptors apply to this early tie-in released on the PS1 that forced the citizens of Springfield into a pro wrestling tournament. You can pit any combination of the game's 20 characters against each other and watch them fight, doing jumps and bounces that make the Devil May Cry's enemy juggling look conservative. It's funny, sure, but not much fun. While you can see what they were going for with the stylized graphics, the game ends up looking like it was drawn in MS Paint. (2002) Spyro, Enter the Dragonfly.
Oh, I played that one before. That game is super old. That's crazy.
Insomniac's original Spyro games were system sellers for the PS1. It also gave Sony a cutesy, beloved mascot to rival many of Nintendo's flagship faces. When Spyro made the jump to the PS2, however, it was a different story entirely. The game was a hollow retread of the gem collection gameplay of Days Gone, and it didn't innovate whatsoever. Well, technically, it innovated by making the series no longer fun to play, which was certainly a change of pace. Much more egregious than it being bland, however, were the appalling bugs. Far from taking advantage of the PS2's brand new hardware, Enter the Dragonfly
the game was actually pretty long.
Functional. 2003, Big Rigs Over the Road Racing. Semis aren't well suited to racing even at the best of times, let alone in this insultingly bad video game from the early 2000s.
That is semi-truck
In big
racing
rigs,
game. That's
players
crazy.
take
That's
control
pretty
of a
funny.
truck and drive it around a poorly designed race course in a poorly designed map against a poorly designed opponent. Seriously,
glitching? Wow,
the
that's
opposing
crazy.
truck doesn't even move. As a result, it's technically impossible to lose a race, and you can actually win by simply reversing through the gate. That being said, the gameplay is so broken you're likely to quit long before completing the course. You can drive across all the terrain, glitch through the map, and exceed speeds of 1,000 miles per hour.
Excuse me. Yeah, that game's super broken. It's a cheat game.
2004, The Guy Game.
Two were here in my belly button.
Two are here? I think that's awesome.
Well, you should.
In a time when Girls Gone Wild was still popular, Top Heavy Studios released The Guy Game, a trivia game featuring
The Guy
footage
Game,
of
they didn't
real-life
really do
girls.
that.
Oh, don't
That's
worry. It's
crazy.
just as sexist as you imagine, but doesn't skimp on the trivia questions either. Some of them are extremely difficult and specific, giving the girls no choice but to reveal themselves. To make matters worse, it turns out that one of the girls featured was underage and brought a lawsuit against the developers for using her image illegally. The game was recalled from sale and banned.
Making the money. Are you making a lot of money waitressing?
Not really right now, but in the summertime I will be.
In the summertime, shit's gonna happen for you.
Yes, oh yes.
2005, Ninja Bread Man.
Ninja Bread Man.
The
That's
shovelware
crazy.
to end all
What the fuck
shovelware.
is this?
Ninja Bread Man was $20 and an hour of your life you'd
I've
never
never heard
get
of this
back.
game.
There's absolutely nothing original about this game, and its only unique trait is how bad it manages to be. A clear cash in on the popularity of many far better 3D collectathons, the game has you roam through a cartoonish, candy-themed world as the titular Ninja Bread Man.
Low-key looks
picking up
fun, but low-key
scrolls
could
so
be
you
probably
can
like a lot
open up
better
doors
than
to
how they
pick up
made it.
more scrolls. Why you're doing this is never really made clear. However, Data Design Interactive clearly thought they'd struck gold because they proceeded to reskin and re-release the game at least 3 more times under different names. Yay for us.
Not a chance I would play that out. Well, probably, just for the fun of it, but...
Hi, I'm Chris Naka with Canine Shep. Most crimes are committed when 3
2006, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic will always be a legendary game, so is Mario.
Sonic has had a rough go of it over the years, but perhaps no adventure is more infamous than Sonic 06. Sega wanted to relaunch the Sonic brand, but what they delivered was
Shadow.
a messy, buggy nightmare that failed on absolutely every level. While Shadow and Sonic stages were bad enough, with awful checkpoints and broken, unresponsive controls, new character Silver fared much worse. His gameplay was so bad he's since become a meme. The story only served to make things worse, as it had a convoluted time travel plot that featured Sonic and a human princess seemingly falling in love. Sega may have removed the game from sale in 2010, but they can't erase it from our memory. And boy, we've tried.
It all depends on me.
2007, Vampire Rain.
We have just received contact from the Advanced Recon Team located at Point E9, sir. They report that everything is set for the extermination team.
Metal Gear Solid has long been one of the most critically acclaimed and influential series in gaming, so it's no surprise that other people tried to rip it off. Vampire Rain is one such copycat, with players taking on the role of a spy who looks suspiciously
I used to love
similar
playing
to Snake,
Metal Gear Solid.
only
I thought it was
it's
a really
vampires
pretty great
you're
game
hunting,
for like the most
not
part.
super weapons. The conceit is that these vampires are weakened by rain, hence the title. But no matter how much they're supposedly weakened by the elements,
How does
they're
vampire
still
get
able
weak
to
by
kill you
rain?
in
That
1 or
doesn't
2
like
hits,
sunlight.
even after you've wasted all your ammo on them. So why keep with the game at all? Honestly, just don't.
What the?
2008, Wii Music.
I'm weak as hell.
If you thought Guitar Hero was easy, wait until you get a load of Wii Music. which only requires you to
Wii
blindly
was fun
wave
to
the
play, though.
Wiimote up and down
Only for, like, the
vaguely to
sports
the
part,
song's
yeah.
rhythm.
Just the
Our
sports.
first look at the game came at E3 2008, and remarkably, the gameplay somehow proved to be even worse than the horrendous demo would have you believe. With excruciatingly slow tempos and imprecise controls, it was easy to mess up a performance by no fault of your own, and the song variety was pretty disappointing as well. It may have boasted the themes for Mario and Zelda, but that was about it. "2009, Leisure Suit Larry box office bust."
Does this mean you're buying my script?
With a title like that, they should have known this
God
game would
dang.
flop. In a franchise that already only appeals to a relatively niche audience, Team 17 managed to make a game that didn't appeal to anybody. Unpopular character Larry
This seems like a
Lovitch,
very
nephew
weird,
of the original Larry
interesting
Laffer,
game.
makes a return for box office bust to help save his uncle's movie studio. To accomplish this, you'll be playing mini-games and gameplay segments in a variety of genres, but none of them are done well. Even the franchise's signature adult humor falls flat this time around, with a non-stop supply of dirty jokes just for the sake of them.
Excuse me, but
Sorry, little girl. No autographs before lunch. Principles are an actor's toolbox.
2010 Power Gig,
That was lame.
Rise of the Sixth String. Guitar Hero and Rock Band may have given us countless hours of fun, but pressing 5 buttons for hours in time to your favorite song is a far cry from actually being able to play the guitar. Power Gig Rise of the Sixth String aimed to change that by shipping with a real guitar, though it was also made of plastic, and promising players that they could actually learn to play. Unfortunately, it didn't make for a very good rhythm game or instrument. The game barely made use of the fact that you had an actual guitar as
Nothing beats
opposed to
Guitar
a toy
Hero,
one,
that's just point
while the
blank.
guitar itself was
Point
too
facts.
cheap and poorly designed to be a decent standalone. 2011 Postal 3. The first 2 Postal games were hugely controversial, taking every opportunity to offend and pulling no punches. But they were immensely popular as a result. Arguably more controversial, however, was taking the Postal name and dragging it through the mud. Releasing a game so bad that developers themselves eventually advised players to skip it entirely. If you opt to play Postal 3 regardless, you'll be treated to a slew of boring, uninspired missions that go through a checklist of the most offensive things the writers could think of. It was satire without substance. The most exciting part of the game is seeing how long you can go without it crashing.
So make sure any lethal weapons you brought along stay in your pants. If you attack anyone with lethal force, the cops will arrive and pop a cap in your eye.
2012 Amy. When it comes to escorting a young girl through a city infested by deadly zombies, there's only one game you need to play. No, not The Last of Us. 2012's
The Last of Us
Amy.
is crazy.
You're
It's a very
playing
good
Lana,
game.
Amy's carer, and you've got to protect her at all costs in one giant broken escort mission. And escort missions have long been among the most hated of video game tropes. Combine this escort mission with wonky controls, inscrutable game mechanics like gathering DNA to open locked doors, and the fact that the story is just plain bad, and you've got a stinker on your hands. "2013 Ride to Hell Retribution."
It's a big dude.
If you've always wanted to play a game with a combat system built entirely on nonsensical quick-time events with absolutely no skill required, then Ride to Hell Retribution is the game for you. But don't worry, it's not just the QTEs that make this game so bad. In fact,
It's a PS3
it has
game.
next to no redeeming qualities.
Lit.
With laughably terrible voice acting, poor character models, and stilted animations, Ride to Hell has nothing going for it. But perhaps the worst thing is the completely wooden driving, which is truly one of the most joyless mechanics in a modern video game. "2014 Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric.
Sonic Boom.
Sonic! You know what's better than an ambush?
An ambush with ice cream?
That sounds delicious. But no, the post-ambush ambush.
We did say Sonic has had it rough, right? It seems that for every good Sonic game, there are two terrible ones, and Rise of Lyric is a perfect example. Yet another partial reboot of Sonic lore, Rise of Lyric left longtime fans and newcomers alike struggling to piece together what was going on. A pitfall of directly adapting a new Sonic TV show as opposed to doing something fresh with the IP. But its biggest problem is still the gameplay, which is slow and tedious, and even when you do get to go fast for a brief time, the frame rate will tank and leave you struggling to work out what you're doing. 2015, Alone in the Dark, Illumination.
What the heck?
The Alone in the Dark series may have started off strong, but since the first game, it's all been downhill, culminating in Illumination. You and your friends, provided you have 3 friends willing to play with you, each take on one of 4 characters and a spin on Left 4 Dead's mechanics. But even if you gather a crew, you'll struggle to find anything fun to do in this game, which consists of collecting randomly generated loot and killing endlessly respawning enemies. These enemies are vulnerable to light, meaning you'll be spending most of your time hovering near street lamps as opposed to actually playing the game, slowly boring yourself to death. 2016, Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Movie tie-in video games are rarely good. Even so, the 2016 Ghostbusters game digs deep to find new and creative ways to disappoint. The fact that it was a tie-in
That's
to a
crazy.
box office bomb does not help either, nor does the fact that the franchise has better releases to its name, like 2009's Ghostbusters, the video game. Even if you like the 2016 movie, you still wouldn't have cared for the game because it inexplicably had an entirely new
I like
cast
the movie. The movie
of
was
even
very
less
good.
memorable
The
characters.
remake.
You'd
I thought it
think
was very
that
funny.
co-op mode would at least offer some laughs as you play it ironically with friends, but it's just too painful. Play this game and you'll never want to call the Ghostbusters again. And when someone asks you, who are you going to call? You're not going to know
Ghostbusters.
anymore because it's not going to be the Ghostbusters. That's for sure.
Guessing you hate to lose.
2017, Vroom in the Night Sky. When will developers realize that flying through rings and collecting random objects doesn't make a good game? Vroom in the Night Sky, a Switch exclusive, clearly didn't learn a thing from Superman 64 because it also boasted bad graphics and superficial gameplay. You play as Luna, a witch who flies around collecting things, but she doesn't fly on a broom. She flies on a magical scooter for some reason. The game's
What
bad
is this
translation
game?
made the gameplay experience
What the
that much
heck?
worse. As a result, the script was given an overhaul a few weeks after launch, but no amount of writing, good or bad, could ever make this game worth playing. For reals, yo. 2018, Fallout 76. You could fill a book with the issues that plagued Fallout 76. It was the buggiest Bethesda game to date at launch, with game-breaking glitches and non-stop server issues. Things got worse when the in-game developer room was found by hackers who promptly started reselling virtual items on eBay for real money until they were banned. Outside of the game, Bethesda was still in hot water for sending out cheap nylon bags with the collector's edition as opposed to nice canvas bags, for releasing power armor helmets full of mold and an expensive Nuka rum bottle that was actually a plastic shell for a regular bottle. Only years later has the game finally become somewhat playable. In 2018, however, it was a train wreck. 2019, Anthem.
Anthem was such a disappointment. I thought it was gonna be so much better than what it
Mass
was.
Effect Andromeda was a misstep for BioWare. Though the main BioWare studio didn't work on that, nobody was sure if Anthem was going to be a return to glory and an escape from Andromeda's shadow, and ultimately, it wasn't. Aside from the myriad of bugs Anthem had when it came out, including an issue so severe it completely bricked PS4s, the game was just kind of terrible. It was yet another cash grab from EA to ruthlessly monetize a live service game that cost $60 on release. And unlike Destiny, Anthem hasn't gone free to play. The traversal elements may be fun for a few minutes, but everything else is hollow. It's a sad route for such a beloved studio to go down.
Before we continue, be sure to
Anthem was a
subscribe to our
disappointment. I
channel
thought it was gonna be
and
so
ring
much
the bell
better
to
than
get
what it
notified
was.
about our
It's kinda
latest
crazy.
videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
2020, Crucible.
Crucible, never heard of it.
Enter detect mode to help you locate Crucible's dangers and objectives.
What could be so bad about Crucible that it beat out aggressive policies, unstable optimizations, and glitches galore? Well, folks, the aforementioned titles at least have some significance behind them when it comes to how bad they were. Crucible, on the other hand, doesn't even try to distinguish itself from the rest of the gaming landscape. The game looked generic, it played generic, and it sounded generic. In other words, there was nothing special about it outside of being a video game. Feedback was so poor that Amazon actually delisted the game a few days after its release, putting it back into closed beta. Servers were officially shut down in November 2020, merely 6 months after the launch. How's that for suck?
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
Alright, y'all, that's going to do it for top 21 worst video games of each year from 2000 to 2020. If you guys enjoyed that video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, comment, and sub to the channel. It'll mean a lot to me. That's going to be it for today's video. I will have another one. So this one's the worst video games from each year. My next video later today is going to be the best video games from each year from 2000 to 2020. So be on the lookout for that one. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for tuning in and stopping by, showing love. Remember, don't forget to hit the like button and sub to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.